Coming up on Mountain News this morning, friends, family members of an Eastern Kentucky community say their final goodbyes to Captain Ralph Frazier. And Governor Andy Beshear shares his condolences to the ones that knew and loved the officers and K-9 we lost because of the shooting in Floyd County.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning to you. Almost 5 o'clock on this Thursday morning. I'm Dakota Makris. Thanks for waking up with us. Let's take it over to Brandon this morning. Brandon, yesterday evening, late around 8 o'clock, it came a monsoon here in Hazard, but now it's all calm. Well, I guess in some, well, yeah.
It's calm here. It's calm here.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
There are other parts of the region, when we take a look at Doppler here in just a second, that you'll see some rain, but not quite in our region just yet. Let's take a look. It's down to the south this morning, so if you're in southern Campbell County, southern Claiborne County, you might be seeing some activity, and if you're maybe just across the border there toward Knoxville, you're probably seeing some lightning in the distance. So again, not too much going on here, but it will develop again in our region not too long from now. Visibility is rough this morning. Most of the way to work from parts of 3 counties, Letcher, Knott, and Perry, foggy most of the way. So be careful, take it slow, take it easy this morning. Many spots well below that 5-mile threshold. Logan, we're at Logan, Jackson, Hazard, Harlan, and Williamsburg, all less than either 1 mile or half a mile. So continue to be careful in those areas this morning. 63 Clintwood to 73 in Jacksboro this morning. A lot of folks close to the 70-degree mark, upper 60s there. Wise is at 64. That's the next closest to Clintwood there. Dew Point's still up there, close to 70, and it's going to be another hot day out there. No heat advisory today because the heat criteria not meeting that for the National Weather Service office at Jackson, but still close to 100 degrees, although London Corbett Airport tied a record yesterday. 97 degrees is what they got to. Most of us stayed in the mid to upper 80s. Breakfast forecast for you today, starting off in the 70s, heading back up into the upper 80s later on today, if we can get there before the rain starts, and it will start again this afternoon. Dakota?
We have some breaking news out of the United Kingdom where a major change in politics is taking place. British media announced just this morning that Prime Minister Boris Johnson has agreed to resign, ending what is being called an unprecedented political crisis over his future. Just hours before his resignation, the Prime Minister rejected calls by his cabinet to step down in the wake of ethics scandals, but he finally gave in after more than 40 ministers quit his government and told him to go. It is not clear if he will stay in office while the Conservative Party chooses a successor. Well, family, friends, and the community said their final goodbyes to Prestonsburg Police Captain Ralph Frazier during his funeral service at the Mountain Arts Center yesterday. Prestonsburg Police Chief Randy Woods says Captain Frazier loved to have fun and joke around with his fellow officers. He had an extensive career in law enforcement, serving at different agencies in the Big Sandy. The chief says Captain Frazier served as a school resource officer and loved the students and his community.
Ralph loved life and loved to have fun. But he loved his kids. He loved his family. He loved his high school, and they loved him.
Captain Ralph Frazier was 60 years old. Services for Prestonsburg Officer Jacob Chaffins will be today. He was a 3-year veteran with the force. He was also a veteran of the Kentucky National Guard. His funeral is at 1 o'clock this afternoon at the Mountain Arts Center. The family has requested no media coverage inside the MAC for his service, and we, of course, will respect their wishes. He will be buried at Gethsemane Gardens, where Deputy William Petrie and Captain Ralph Frazier were also laid to rest. And a memorial service will be held Friday for K-9 Officer Drago. Drago served the Floyd County Sheriff's Office for several years. His memorial will be Friday evening at 6 o'clock, also at the Mountain Arts Center. And you can help the victims' families through the Fallen Heroes of Floyd County Fund. County leaders set it up. The Floyd County Community Foundation is still taking donations as well. That's an online form through the Foundation for Appalachian Kentucky. We have a link for you to do so on WYMT.com. Governor Andy Beshear made a couple of stops in Pikeville on Wednesday after visiting with the families of the officers killed in the line of duty last week. Well, though the focus of his visit was to announce funding projects, he shared his thoughts at each stop, saying the true focus during the days and months to come should be on the magnitude of the loss that Floyd County is reeling in. He says the tragic loss of Deputy William Petrie Officer Jacob Chaffins, Captain Ralph Frazier, and K-9 Deputy Draco comes with a call to action for everyone to step in and help.
That's meeting some of the needs of the law enforcement community. It's meeting some of the needs of the broader community. And it's making sure we're there for those kids and spouses and loved ones that are really, really hurting. And we have to call out these acts of violence every single time.
Governor Beshear says he has talked with the families of the fallen officers and hopes they know the entire Commonwealth is in their corner. Well, not one of the 3 officers killed in the line of duty had been buried before police rushed to the scene of another officer-involved shooting. The Martin County Sheriff's Office says it all started when dispatchers got a call for shots fired just after 11 o'clock Monday night. Sheriff John Kirk says the suspect, a man, started shooting at police as soon as they got there. He says troopers and others returned fire, killing the suspect. Austin Harless, a friend of the man who died, had this to say about the situation.
We're being told that he then started shooting at police when they got there.
I can't confirm or deny that he was shooting at police, but there was gunshots that came from him.
Well, he says he has no doubt that the man who died had numerous interactions with both the Sheriff's Department and Kentucky State Police prior to the incident. KSP is handling the investigation. Troopers say no officers were hurt in the shooting. A shooting at a home in Pound, Virginia left 1 man injured Monday evening. Wise County Dispatch received a call just after 7 p.m. from Tompkins Road area of Pound. Police say the man who was shot and his girlfriend had gone to the home of Morgan Tompkins. A confrontation then occurred between Tompkins and the victim that resulted in Tompkins firing multiple rounds, hitting the man in the back of the leg. The man was taken to Dickinson County Hospital before deputies arrived and was eventually taken to Johnson City Medical Center and later released. Morgan Tompkins is being held in the Southwest Regional Jail. Well, thank you so much for getting your Thursday morning started with us here on Mountain News this morning. When we come back, water levels at Utah's largest lake reach a record low. We'll have more on that in just a few minutes.
The waves of storms will continue to move through the area as we head through your Thursday. I'll track it out for you and have possible impacts in about 3 minutes.